Hi, my lovely Libras. Welcome to your weekly forecast for July 15th through the 21st. We've got our ocean setup, our mermaid theme here going on. We're going to see what is coming up for Libra, sun, moon, and rising for the week ahead. We've got the Mercury retrograde, we've got the full moon, and we're going to see what is going on for you guys. After we look at your week ahead, I'm going to pull a spirit message, a spiritual homework message for you from another gorgeous deck I haven't used on this channel yet. So stick around for that if you want something to increase intuition and healing and all that good stuff. All right, your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There we are. All right, Libra, let's get to it. What is going on? You've got Sanctuary. So privacy, inviolate personal space, respected boundaries, and taboos. Ooh, taboos, Libra. Libra, what are you up to? So you've got this private energy Monday, Tuesday. Now that full moon is coming up in Capricorn, and the full moon in Capricorn is going to be making a lot of people kind of look at what's at the forefront of their life, how they've been doing things, what their priorities are, really what they want, how they want to go after it. Like making some changes. So some of you Libras, you might be getting into some very private or deep desires, okay? This doesn't mean that you are perverse or that you are into like bad things. I just feel what's happening, Libra, that a lot of you are just kind of connecting with that shadow self, like the deeper emotions, the deeper things that maybe you don't think about or you don't talk about a whole lot. And so these things might be coming up to the surface for you in the beginning part of the week. You might also be really enjoying spending some time alone and spending some time in your space, like having some privacy. It might kind of make you like in a energy where you don't feel like being super social. Now, those of you who watch my readings and who followed me for a while, you know that I always say that I'm clairaudient. I hear messages and I share them. But when I look at the cards, what jumps out at me from the picture is like intuitive messages that I receive. And I always encourage you to do the same. Look at the pictures in the cards. What's jumping out at you? What does it make you think of? What does it make you feel? And so you could get very personal messages for yourself in that way as well. Not just from my readings, any readings where you're looking at cards. And what's jumping out at me for you, Libra, in this video is this bathtub. The full moon is an excellent time to take a spiritual bath and to do a spiritual cleanse. And again, I think a lot of you have some deeper, darker feelings coming up that maybe you didn't realize were there, or you really haven't thought about it in a while. And now that it's coming up, hey, why not release it? If you want to do that, this would be a good time to do that. I believe I have made a playlist already of like full moon meditations. And there's a video in there on how to make a sea salt bath. And I've got a couple of different versions. I've got like a super on the budget version. I've got a lot of different versions where you can do that. So you can definitely check that out. But it might be a good idea to look up and make yourself a nice little sea salt scrub or sea salt bath and do like a spiritual cleanse this full moon, especially if you've never done one before, because you do seem to have like some really heavier things coming up. Now, this doesn't mean that it's quote unquote bad or that you have to get rid of it, but if you decide that you're ready to release it, then why not take advantage of the energy at this time and do that. Regardless of if you're releasing or not, I really feel this is a very good time for you, Libra, to come into the energy of healing, or to come into the energy of really getting clear about what you want and spending some time alone and connecting with your higher self and connecting with your spirituality. I just feel a lot of you need a safe space where you can do that. And so a lot of you are kind of carving out a safe space so that you can do this. So maybe some of you are manifesting some kind of a move or somewhere more private. Maybe some of you are just simply having stronger boundaries and stepping away from social situations or turning your phone off from time to time. But you really do need to have your space. And, especially wherever it is that you sleep, create a sense of sanctuary there for yourself. Make it your space, make it your place where you can really unwind and get away from the world. It might even be a good idea to do things where like you're not sleeping like near a work desk or something. Like maybe you can move things around to where there's some space, or you're creating like clear separations, right? So that you have your resting space, and everything is just kind of like, your little sanctuary, your little getaway. Your Wednesday, Thursday card is Wave of Power, a surge of powerful upswing in energy, exhilarating movement. How beautiful is that? So you're taking some time in the beginning of the week to really figure out what you want, what your desires are, what you're ready to let go of. And once you come into doing that, you have this very powerful energy that's taking over you, and you're feeling very ready to just kind of go for it, right? Like there's no more blocks, there's no more fears. You're ready to go, you're ready to manifest, you're ready to make things happen. You're coming out of the energy where maybe before you were waiting for things to change, and now you're like, you know what, I don't have to wait things to change. There's a lot that I can change right now. And you finally feel like you have the courage to do it. But this is where I think the key is, Libra. This is why I think it's different. I think in the past you didn't do it because you were trying to do things in the way that other people were expecting you to do it, or you were doing it from a limited belief. You were doing it from a way where you were like, well, I can only accomplish this goal if I do it, this way or that way. But you're thinking a bigger picture, and a lot of you are giving yourself permission to go after the things that are very important for you, or that are your desires, and you're not too worried with other people think anymore, and you're just going for it. You're going for it, and you're making it happen. Remember, in the beginning part of the week, you had all of these desires or things coming up, and I think some of you are just allowing yourself to have certain desires. And my whole philosophy is, guys, my whole thing is like, look, whatever you're into, whatever it is about your life, as long as it's legal, as long as whoever and whatever involved is a consenting adult, consenting and a legal adult age, and, nobody's getting hurt, then, by all means, do you. People can't tell you how to live your life. It's just my opinion. The only time something becomes bad or wrong is if you are taking away the rights of another person, or you're putting someone in a situation where they don't want to be in that situation, right? But if you're doing something and it's consenting, and everybody is at an age where they can give consent, and nobody's getting hurt, then by all means, there's bigger things to worry about in the world. So some of you are just kind of realizing that, hey, you know what, I don't have to walk in somebody else's shadow, or I don't have to like be the person that my parents are gonna live through vicariously. I can be my own person. So there's just this powerful energy where you're finally ready to go and do life your way and to make things happen. It's just I think you're finally giving yourself permission, and I think that's like the biggest part of it for a lot of you. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday card is the Return of Aphrodite, temple birth of the goddess, guidance, goddess energy, treating as sacred. This is interesting, and I'll tell you why. The first card to me kind of had like a sexual feeling to it, just a little bit. And then Aphrodite is like, the love goddess, and she has to do with love and fertility, and all of those, desires, those physical desires. And dolphins, I don't know if you know this, guys, but if you read about dolphins, it will freak you out. Like, you will just be like, I don't want to go swimming with dolphins. At least for me, dolphins were my favorite animal when I was younger, and then I got like really obsessed with them, and I kept reading books about them, and then I learned some things I was like, man, I wish I really didn't know. I still love dolphins. I still respect them. They're living creatures. They deserve to be alive and live happy, comfortable lives. But I'd be very careful around dolphins. Dolphins are very frisky. And they've been known to even try to like get frisky with humans. There's like all kinds of like crazy stories. So, this just makes me feel, Libra, something is happening where some of you are coming out of a really repressed upbringing around your physical needs or your sexual desires. And I think something about this Mercury retrograde is bringing up a lot of memories about your past, or maybe partners that you've had, or partners that you wanted to have but you never went for because you felt like for some reason it was wrong. And you're coming out of this very rigid thinking or belief around your own sexuality. I want to make something very clear for you here, Libra, because I feel that some of you are coming out of a super, super, super religious upbringing or background. And one of the things that really bother me is when somebody's coming out of really religious or restricted, like conservative background. There can be a lot of religious teachers that want to push you too far, that they're just like, just go out there, be with a bunch of people and this and that, and you're a god or you're a goddess, and get out there and let people worship your body. And I don't like, it can be a little too much. If you feel that way and if that resonates with you, it is not my place to tell you how to live your life. By all means, go and do it. But if you're somebody that you're coming out of a very like conservative, very religious background, but you're just wanting to connect with that human element of yourself, your own sensuality, your own sexuality, it doesn't mean that you have to go and like just be out there and have these one night stands and be with all these different people. You can still wait, and be with a relationship or somebody where you feel like there's that commitment, and you're committed to that person, and or it's somebody that you feel safe with or you feel comfortable with. You don't have to go out and be like all crazy or be all wild. And that's one of the biggest disservices I feel that happens with the spiritual community, is sometimes like certain people might push someone to really go out there and be really like crazy. Like, you might really want to unleash, and you may really want to like get in touch with your wild side, but that doesn't mean that you have to give every person who comes across your path access to your wild side, and to that full release. You can still be selective. You can still have that really intense experience with one person, or wait for the person that you feel is the right person to experience that with. You don't have to go out and just be like, okay, well, before I was really restricted, and so now I'm gonna be like zero restraint. It doesn't have to be the two extremes. So I just want to put that out there. If you're somebody who's coming out of a very conservative background, I definitely was raised very conservative and very, very religious. And like, I never thought that I would be doing tarot or anything like this, but this is where spirit led me. And that is one thing I can tell you I have seen. Like, people will always tell you, oh, well, you were such a goody two shoes, and now you need to get out there, and now you just need to be with everybody. And that's not the case, Libra. So don't feel stressed out to do that. And Libras, you guys can be very sexual, so I think something is happening this week for you guys where you're experiencing like sexual healing. Either there's like healing happening through a sexual relationship, or you're healing issues or fears or false beliefs that you've had around sex. There's something healing in that kind of energy, or you're healing that part of your life Okay, I don't focus too much on love or sex in the weekly forecasts, but if it comes up, we talk about it, right? That's how it works. If you want to know more about romance, the love readings are in the description of the video. We're going to pull your spirit message card and see what homework you have for the week. And guys, I always encourage you to also watch your moon sign and rising sign videos, because some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than others. Or, you know, you might get the little homework from this card. You might be like, oh, that's cool, but I want to see what the homework is for my moon sign, or I want to see what the homework is for my rising sign. And you can do a different one, or you can do all of them. It's up to you. So we're going to see what's coming up. What spiritual message is coming up for you for the week ahead? All right. And you have, Libra, inner voice. So again, this is like listening to yourself. The thing that I really love about the picture here, like what's jumping out at me, are like these angel wings. So I really feel, and I see like a face there. I see like this angel. So I feel like a lot of you are beginning to connect with like your inner compass, not just your inner voice and like what you're hearing, what messages you're hearing from within. Like you're connecting with your inner compass, like what resonates with you, what feels right to you, what you feel guided to do. And so you're beginning to hear your messages, and you're beginning to hear the ways in which you're being directed. So we're going to go ahead and check out the message for you here. I love this deck because each card has a meditation. The meditation's a little bit long, so I'm not going to go through the meditation, but I'm going to do the other little assignments. I'm going to read them to you. And so if you're looking for a deck where you can maybe pull a card for yourself once a day or once a week, maybe once a week, because the homework assignment might take you like a daily thing, like to connect with your spirituality, your own psychic ability, your own healing path, this is an excellent deck for that. And like always, I have the link in the description if you want to check out the deck. So your inspired reflection actions for the week are: invite joy into your life, read or watch your favorite comedy and laugh out loud, put some fun music on and move your hips in a, oh, I'm reading the wrong one. I'm reading the wrong one. Amethyst. Okay, the meditation is still long, but still do that. I read that, so you're still being asked to do that. So maybe you should still watch your favorite comedy and laugh out loud. Maybe you need that for a part of your release. But the homework for card number 28, Inner Voice, is this. Inspired reflection and actions is: do you have goals and focus your attention, or do you drift aimlessly through your days hoping for something better to arrive? Think about that question. When you notice negative self-speak in your mind, say peace, love, or calm. It may seem a bit weird, but this will snap your mind from negativity to other possibilities. Choose a crystal and make it your companion on your journey. Ask it where it would like to go and what it would like to do. It is with you for a reason. Your journal work is: write 3 words or draw 3 symbols that connect you to your soul light. Repeat or focus on them as often as you can every day. Change the words or the symbols once a week to keep your focus fresh. All right, my darlings. So this is your homework. You might want to do it. You might be like, yeah, I'm not feeling that so much. So if you're not feeling it, or if you want another one, check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Guys, if you would like a private reading, I'm more than happy to do that. Just go ahead and click on the Calendly link in the description of the video, and all the information will be there, guys. If you click on the readings, it'll open up. It'll show you the pricing. You can go ahead and schedule there, whatever works for your schedule. You can see all the available times, the different reading options. And if you like the videos but you want a daily message, don't forget, every single day, Facebook and Instagram, I post a card every single morning on the Facebook and Instagram page. And then in the afternoon, I do the pick a card game where I post 3 cards You pick the one that's jumping out at you, and in 24 hours I do the reveal and I explain what card you picked and what it means. And then once you do that, every single day you really have two cards. You have the morning card, and then you've got the afternoon reveal from the day before. So 2 messages a day for free every single day on Facebook and Instagram, Amethyst Angellight. Take advantage of that if you would like. I thank you so much for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Thank you for being here, my darlings. I am wishing you a fabulous week.